decided to do chapters 49 and 50, the last two chapters of Genesis, because I have a good chart that's going to show all 12 sons who make up the 12 tribes and their moms with Jacob. And I want to see if I can edit it in this video too, because the next chapter I am very interested in adding a lot of pictures of Machpelah, which, as we're told, is where Abraham and Isaac are buried, and where they will take Abraham. And to this day, it is where Leah and Rebecca are also buried. Rachel, I think she died in childbirth in another area near Jerusalem, so she's buried there. And they also have that online, the place where that is supposed to be. But the reason I really want to talk about 50, there was a bombing today in Israel, and they're saying it's been some years, maybe since 2016, since missile fire. I'm not sure, but this place, Machpelah, has been a source of severe fighting. I found out just yesterday when I'm preparing to read this, for years. And I just want to show some pictures of that place and of the things that kind of go on. So I'm hoping I can learn to edit before I do this. So let's do 49. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. So, and this is really interesting too, because it's hard to see exactly what is meant, but if we can look into some commentary, it's very nice, because we can see things like maybe where the areas where they're kind of given in Israel, like maybe somebody is supposed to be sailing on the water kind of thing. I forget which one I just read was like that. Maybe it was Gad or somebody like this, but that is truly interesting. Maybe I can like overlay it on my nice map where their 12 tribes are and the meaning of them. But here we go. So verse 2, Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. So here he's going to bless, and we're going to start out with 3 rebukes though. Verse 3, Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed. Then defiledest thou it, he went up to my couch. And so there, he is talking about when he went to sleep with Jacob's handmaiden Bilhah, and there's another verse, but they don't mention the pit where he was the oldest brother, but they're specifically mentioning, he's specifically mentioning that. And I had to go back and check. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't tell me Reuben, is there a son from Reuben and Bilhah? And thank goodness that did not happen. Can you imagine that? So she was older. She had already had her 2 sons, I guess, Dan and Naphtali. But that would have been terrible, right? So continue on verse 4. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defiledest thou it. He went up to my couch. So Reuben, there is the firstborn, there is tribe number 1. Verse 5, Simeon and Levi, we have number 2 and 3, are brethren, instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. So, what is he talking about? So, chapter 34, verse 30, I went back, right, and to avenge Dinah, they slew all the men in the city, right, and after that, they tricked all the men. They told them, oh, it's okay. And before that happened, they found out that Shechem had basically raped their sister Dinah, and they went there, and they, Shechem is begging them, oh, let me marry your sister, oh, please. And Simeon and Levi tell him, oh, well, if you all want to get circumcised, like we all had to do, right, go ahead, and we'll be back. And so the men did this, and that was not their plan, was to have them as neighbors and brothers. That wasn't their plan. So when they were weak, when they were healing, they cannot run, they cannot do anything, they're incapacitated. Simeon and Levi go in there and kill all the males in the land, including Shechem, right? Killed themselves. So Yaakov wasn't happy about that, because he was kind of new there, and he's like, what do you think the neighbors are going to think about this, right? You know, you're just making everything way worse. So that's what I believe he's talking about there. Instruments of cruelty. Because that was pretty cruel. So, O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly, mine honor, be not thou united. For in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they digged down a wall. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. So that's it. Those are the 3 curses: Reuben, Simeon, and Levi. Here we go. Number 4 is Judah. So verse 8, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be, binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. And we have the 6th son, Zebulun, shall dwell at the haven of the sea. Oh, that's the one with the sea. He shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. So I think that means Sidon, which is oh my gosh, Lebanon. Okay, so here we go into 5, 5th son. Issachar is a strong ass couching down between 2 burdens. And he saw that rest was good, and that the land that it was pleasant, And he bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. And the 7th, Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path, that biteth the horse heels, so that his rider shall fall backward. I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord. 8, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Out of 9, Asher, his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. 10, Naphtali is a hind let loose, he giveth goodly words. 11, Joseph is a fruitful bough, even a fruitful bough by a well, whose branches run over the wall. The archers have sorely grieved him, and shot at him, and hated him. So, who's he talking about? His brother. Who's he talking about? Pharaoh's wife. But his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Even by the God of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with the blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under, blessings of the breasts and of the womb. The blessings of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren. So it's kind of like that dream he had, right? He was compelled to tell his brothers, and so it basically came to pass, right? And here we have number 12, Benjamin. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is it that their father spake unto them, and blessed them, every one according to his blessing. He blessed them. And he charged them, and he said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite. In the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for a possession of a burying place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife. And there I buried Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed, and yielded up the ghost, and was gathered unto his people.